Hey, welcome back guys, I'm E7. In today's video, I'm gonna show you how you can make multiply models bone mergeable to each other. Now, when you hear this bone mergeable word, it's kinda sound hard, right? It's kinda hard to do it for source engine games, but actually it is not, because you are going through steps while going through the process, and these steps is easy to do it and it just takes time. Now let me give you an explanation about how bone mergeable works. Okay. Alright, so we have a soldier, right? This soldier is wearing a suit, a military suit. So as you can see, he have a vest on his chest, and that vest contains some bulges for the attachments of what kind of objects he can hold to it. So let's put three hooks on his vest and see what each hook can do. So the first hook is known also as an attachment in the game, is gonna be for the a gun bulge. The second one is gonna be the knife bulge, and the third one is gonna be the flashbang or the grenade bulge. Now each hook contains a bulges or pockets for objects that it can be tied or attached to it. So in the game it's gonna be very different. Maybe it's something similar, but it's gonna be different. So let's head into Blender and I will explain on the way how we can do that. Alright, now as you can see we have the same rifle, nothing changed except the material cost, but that doesn't matter, just this is in Blender. So in the last video we covered how we can make part of the mesh as a body group, such as the magazine. But this time, while making the body group while making the magazine as a body group, we're gonna also separate the magazine as a prop, as a separated prop from the original rig. So I'm gonna export this real quick. Alright, I'm gonna export this as SMD because it's already, it's ready. So after we're done that, what we are going to do, I'm gonna delete the physics, and I'm gonna also delete the other parts except the skeleton and the magazine, because these are the ones gonna be working on. So I'm gonna rename the magazine just to make sure that I'm not gonna screw up the process. So I'm gonna rename this as a separate, right? Alright, so how does bone merge works? It's very simple. You need to have at least few common things in order to make a model bone mergeable to the other. Let me restore back the meshes for a minute. Alright. So as you can see, the hull, the stock, the base or the body, and the barrel meshes are following or having only one root bone, which is called root bone underscore handle. So it's following the root bone handle bone, except for the magazine, it have its own separated bone, but it's also connected to the root bone, so it can follow it as well. So for the magazine, you need to have the same bone name, the same bone location, and the way you give it to the original one. So let me hide this shape and go with octahedral. So as you can see, this is the bone, how it's given, the way you give it, the way you rig the original model. So this is going to have the same location, alright, rotation and scale, and we also need to have the same bone name. So these are two things that we need to keep in mind. What we are need to do right now is go and grab our QC file. We're gonna type in a few commands. It's very easy. It's not gonna be that much complicated. So I'm gonna go to my exporting workflow. I'm gonna paste that here. I think I deleted it. No, I did not. Alright, so we exported those meshes along with the physics, and now let's go and open that QC file. Alright, so this is the original rifle mesh, which contains the stock, the barrel, and the body mesh, and of course the magazine. Alright, so here's the thing. We need to define what attachments are we going to make it openable for the magazine to be bone mergeable to it. So you go wherever you want to type the command and type attachment. Alright, now after that you're gonna type the name of the attachment. It can be whatever you want. I'm just gonna call it bone underscore mag, and in here you're gonna type the name of the bone, which is called mag. If you're not sure what the bone is called, go back into Blender and check this bone name. Alright, so we go and we press space. Now bear in mind we have X and Y and Z values, along with the rotation, of course. Ignore the rotation values, we're gonna focus on the location. So let's start with the X. It's very simple. You go select the bone that we're gonna work with. You're gonna press tab and you're gonna focus on the head bone, because the head bone is the root bone of the magazine has been given. Because if I move this right now, this is the head bone. If I move it like this, the root bone is gonna be placed here and not in the middle. So I'm gonna keep it like this. I'm gonna focus on the head bone. So I'm gonna copy the X value of the head bone, then the Y value, and then the Z value. Now after we're done, let's go with the rotation. Now the rotation, I'm not very that much interested in trying to find it, but I think typing absolute will automatically find that rotation for you. So we're done with that, but we're not exactly done with that. So we defined what attachment we are working on. So we are working with the bone mag attachment, and the attachments bone is called mag. So in here we're gonna type which bone are we gonna make it bone mergeable after we add the attachment. So of course you type bone merge and the name of the bone, which is called mag, and that's it. That's how you do it for the rifle model. Now if you made a separate magazine, alright, you don't really have to do the same thing, but just make sure that the original model have more bones than the separated one, because the separated model will crash your game instantly. Well, let's make the magazine as a separated prop. So I'm just gonna also before I actually do that, let me compile it. Let me compile the model. Let me compile the QC file first. Just make sure that I'm gonna save it. Alright. Now I'm gonna drop it here. I'm gonna hit compile. Alright, so in here I didn't type the word bone merged right, so I'm gonna add the R here. So it's called bone merge, not bone merge. So I'm gonna save that, then compile it again. Alright, now I'm just gonna make this. Alright, now as you can see we have the same bones, nothing changed, but if we go into attachments, now we have one attachment for the magazine. So if we go into the attachment tab, we can also see the name of the attachment along with the attach tool. Let's exit this and go back to Blender and rename this, and I'm gonna call it separate prop actually. Alright, I prefer to keep the magazine with the skeleton in the same position, so we duplicate this and we make it a physics. Alright, after you're done and you're exporting it, you can go into here. You can duplicate the same QC file, but I'm just gonna go here and change it. Change the name. We're gonna just load the magazine. Let's go prop. Here also let's go prop. And I'm gonna remove the bone merge and the attachments because I'm trying to make the rifle model bone mergeable. And I'm gonna save this as underscore mag.qc. Then I'm gonna drop that QC file in the crowbar. I'm gonna compile it. Now we load that, and it's actually have the same bone, you know, the root bone and the magazine bone. Now let's go and load the files in Garry's mod. Alright, so we are in the game and let's spawn those rifle and the magazine. Right now we have the rifle and we have the magazine. Alright, so we can hide that body group. Oh shit. Okay, I forgot to do something here, but that's fine, don't worry. I gotta fix this. Alright, now I'm gonna bone merge. I'm gonna first of all select which model is going to have a slot for the attachment to be bone mergeable, and this is the one that I'm gonna merge to the rifle. So I'm selecting this, then selecting the ground, and there you go. This is also the old tool for the bone merge. If you don't like that, you can go the one who made by Robot Boy, which doesn't actually contain, it doesn't need to have an attachment, but it does need to have the same bone. So I'm just gonna read this from the description. So what is bone merging? Bone merging is essentially what it sounds like. You select a model and click on another model to merge their bones together. For bone merging to work successfully, two models must have at least one bone with exactly the same name. Once bone merged, the bones of the target model will be placed into the exact position of the bones with the same name on the selected model. You cannot select which bone to attach objects to, unfortunately, but bone merging features are defined by the model author and cannot be changed without editing the model. So I'm gonna right click to select the model. I'm gonna select the magazine. As you can see in here, when I move my cursor to it, it shows that which position where's the magazine are going to be bone mergeable. So I'm gonna select it. Sorry. I'm gonna select here. As you can see, that's how bone merging works. And to justify this, I'm gonna, as you can see, rotate this. And that's how bone merging works. I thank you for watching this video, and thanks for Robot Boy for dropping a little information on how does this tool works and what requirements we need. If you like this, if you found this video useful, please drop a like, and if you think that someone else needs to know this tutorial, make sure to share this video. And if you are enjoying the content that I upload, please consider subscribing to my channel and stay tuned as well. I'll see you next time, I guess.